All right, so we're diving deep today into employee retention, but not just like the surface stuff, like the ping pong tables and free snacks.
Right.
We're talking about like the deeper organizational dynamics, the stuff that truly makes people want to stay.
Yeah.
And you've provided a fascinating mix of sources for this.
Yes.
A white paper from Metaplan and Brandein's magazine, plus interviews with executives from NBW, Lufthansa Technik, and TUM.
3 very different industries, actually.
Yeah.
So it'll be really interesting to see what are the common threads that run through their approaches to retention.
Absolutely. So by the end of this deep dive, you should understand what makes an organization bleibewürdig. That's
worth staying at.
Worth staying at.
Yeah. It's a really, I love that term. It's not just a good workplace.
Right.
But one worth committing to.
Yeah, it is a fantastic term, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bleibewürdig. And the Metaplan white paper, it really challenges the idea of retention being just perks.
Yeah.
You know, just with the ping pong tables and the free snacks and all that. They argue that it's a collective problem, and they call it an avoidable expense, right? With costs that go way beyond just hiring replacements.
Right. Think about all the knowledge that walks out the door when someone leaves.
Yeah.
The time it takes to onboard.
Yeah.
To train.
To gel as a team.
Yeah, to gel as a team with a new member. I mean, these hidden costs can really cripple a company's momentum.
Yeah, you're constantly hitting the reset button.
Right.
So how do we build this bleibewürdig organization?
Yeah.
Well, Metaplan uses this really interesting model. A 3-sided model, almost like a prism, to view a company through.
I like that.
The first side is what they call the top side, the show side. It's the image that a company presents to the world, you know, their branding, their promises, but there's a danger here, right?
Big time.
If that doesn't match up with reality.
Yeah, and I think a great example of this is, remember that pet store chain?
Oh, yeah.
From one of the case studies? They were obsessed with presenting this perfect facade for whenever an executive visited.
Yes.
Like, you know, displays had to be perfect. Everything had to be spotless. And it ended up forcing employees to work all this unpaid overtime.
Yeah.
Just to maintain that image.
It was all smoke and mirrors.
Totally. So you can see how if the SCA is all smoke and mirrors, you breathe cynicism faster than you breathe loyalty.
For sure. Okay, so that's the SCA side. Then we have the formal side. The formal side, right? Which is all the official rules and structures, you know, like the company's rule book.
Exactly.
Totally.
But even with, you could have the best intentions with your formal side, but it can backfire.
Totally.
If it's not well thought out. Think of that clothing discounter case.
Yes.
Where they had these like super rigid inventory rules.